even with Helen out, we can have this share with her, and we'll be ready to go for any questions she might have once she gets back. But
Okay.
our agenda, and you can see my screen, okay, correct?
Yeah, I can.
Awesome. Our agenda today is just going to go into how our Evention Total Recon software integrates with your property systems, as well as operations audit. This posting standardized through Hilton Shared Services Center and feeds directly into your income journal posting. And then Evention is just going to facilitate all that automatic reconciliation against Infogenesis POS, OnQ PMS, tracking the house flow, and allowing for all of that automation. So you guys will have that automatic cash journal as well as over short management ready to go, and condense all of this really into just a few minutes for your cash reconciliation. So we do have a fairly large footprint across multiple brands, not only Hilton, Hyatt, which this property was managed before. I was actually talking to Angie and Kim before this transition back into the Hilton portfolio. Hyatt was utilizing us exactly for this solution. And we had a rollout with HAFS back in, I believe it's 2019, and still have us as a strong recommendation, as you can see with all of us here today, to kind of have especially the tier 2 properties onboarded to this solution, as it's a great time saver, especially with you guys, as I've heard with the transition into Hilton. Your accounting team was kind of really tight. You were kind of bogged down a bit. So this will give you a lot of time to breathe and focus on other responsibilities around the property. I've set the full list of about 100 plus Hiltons who you can kind of phone a friend. But really, I can provide any referrals to you at any point, so you can hear their own Evention experience. So just want to go through your kind of systems, make sure I got everything down to a T. I'm sure you're the typical. So your point of sales Infogenesis, correct?
Yep.
And then you're using OnQ for your
Correct.
PMS.
Correct.
Awesome. Do you have a spa?
No.
Okay, no worries. And then the great news is everything you've said, we're very familiar with and what we've been working with for several years. Honestly, actually, even longer. We started with Hilton with our tips and grats back in 2008, but with this solution, that rollout was mainly in 2019 and then onward. But we've been working with you guys almost for 2 decades. Are you presently doing everything in a spreadsheet right now?
Yeah.
And I imagine you're just downloading from all the reports, filling that manually, and how much time would you say it's taken?
I would say 5-10 minutes.
And how often are you you're kind of keeping up with this throughout a week or every week? If you had to put it throughout the whole week, how much time is it taking you?
Well, we do it on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But just the upload, it depends when the EDUF is free to do it. But
Okay.
the report is basically done on a daily basis.
Gotcha. So Helen, right, you would say is kind of the one mainly digging in with this, and then you kind
Yeah,
of
she reviews the report and then approves it, and then the general cashier uploads it into the DMS.
Gotcha. For sure. Well, we want to automate as much coming from all of, your files, that data that's going to flow all into Evention. So all you guys got to do, like Helen, come in, review the information, and it'll just take now a few minutes, really, even less time that you're doing, to bring down what might take an hour plus, couple hours throughout the week to just a few minutes, and really streamline everything for week to week as well as month end. And, we really are wholly sympathetic to a lot of, the frustrations that a lot of properties deal with, the old archaic kind of fill the spreadsheets, download the reports way. We stop the burning of valuable time and the tedious manual processes of dealing with that. Could do all the audits within Evention. And if you ever do get a cash recycler down the road, I won't put that before us, but it'll kind of be the full 360-degree view. But we got 40 Hiltons on the recycler, but over 100, utilizing just the standalone software itself. And just ultimately, we want to prevent all the human entry errors that goes into putting on the spreadsheets, and just automate, streamline, and give you at the property level a lot of time. This is kind of the flow. Infogenesis, and I put micros here just because, don't believe it or not, there are a few Hiltons out there floating around with micros. But the OnQ PMS, if you had spa, golf, all that retail information is going to flow into Evention. You'll come in, so whoever's performing the general cashier duties can allocate, checks, petty cash, rewards, anything like that within our software. But you can easily manage the violations, all the overshorts and management's going to be streamlined for you, and those cash violation forms will be identical to what you're using today and locked into our system. And then that final step is with us getting that rollout with HAFS so long ago, really know how to work with operations audit and all your systems. So that's even automatic at this point. So really it's a one-click button to have that feed right into operations audit. Any questions?
No.
Right on. So this is the Evention process. All that data is already going to be in there when you come in the day. So your accounting team just kind of comes in first just to make sure all the imports were successful. I wish to say these things were flawless, but even from InfoGenesis, sometimes even from OnQ itself, there's a hiccup, but it's super easy to kind of refresh that and get that right back into Evention. We do have a safeguard, but this will also create these so-called envelopes for the general cashier to manage within Evention. The general cashier equivalent in finance will record, the cash, check, petty cash, due-backs, etc., all in here. I really do want to highlight that each drop can be mapped to unique accounts within the general ledger posting if necessary. But we've seen properties even with like 50 plus items with more springing up as the year goes on. But we can accurately map everything on the back end for you. Any overshort violations can then be managed with a few simple clicks from a dropdown. Full comment history can be made and seen between, you, Helen. I don't know if you have the night audit team dipping into this. Anybody, can kind of come in here and keep everybody on track. You can even include attachments if you need kind of physical evidence as you're going through ongoing investigations. Whatever you need here can easily be kind of down. So here we see for Phyllis, after everything was going on, no violation. But Dwight, something was going on with his 2277. So here's just kind of our pre-populated stuff. But if you want a little bit more or whatever, let us know even during implementation, and we can enrich these fields as much as you needed for what you like to do. Once your managers are satisfied, simply save and close the day for approval, and that's going to send out 2 workflow emails automatically to go out. That first is that overshort report, and then the other is that daily cash journal summary. And in that, for you guys, it'll just be a one-click button to feed right into operations audit, but you'll still get the workflow on all everything that would be sent into OA. So due to that rollout with Hilton Half several years ago, we're directly integrated with not only OnQ, but also OA. Like I said, this operations posting is standardized through the Hilton shared services and feeds directly into the income journal posting. What's nice is that Hilton is unique due to our a partnership that we kind of situated everything, and everything's really automated right now. So this is even a step further with some of the other brands we got out there, because we have become that standard at the HAFS level. And then the next is going to be the overshort report. That's going to come in via an email. It'll display the various cashier overshort information in the body, along with a link inside right over here that the associate or the managers can kind of go in to check out that violation form. Can be sent out automatically to as many individuals as you want, managers, associates, anything like that. And here we do lock this down. So let's say if you want to kind of change the cash violation form at a future date, just give us a ring and we'll help you out. But this is just going to mirror what you're using today. But this really helps to strengthen the accounting oversight and accountability. Like, you're not chasing somebody down with a physical piece of paper, or if they're part-time out of the office, something like that. Everything will be automated to get over to them and really keep everybody on track. Any questions?
No.
Right on. So next, I know that kind of seems like a wham bam slam, but that's pretty much it. So now you got all the reporting to kind of keep you on track. First step is to review the cash journal. All the cash amounts deposited, withdrawn by each associate, along with their audited amounts, and the corresponding variance will show up in these columns. And then the net deposit, which eventually will be sent down to the bank at the bottom. But this will really all be ready for you to come in for accounting that next day. You can
Okay.
filter however large a range you want by the department individual for really any over a short threshold. So, for Robert Cali, we see here is only $1.02. If it triggers you only at $10, $15, you could absolutely set that up. If even our oldest client, the Hyatt Regency Chicago, can go back a full 18 years if they want to, because we have all that historical data ready to go with them. And even some people that have left, I think even the Hilton portfolio, we actually have the historical data ready to go with them because, new managements, things changed just like when Hyatt, came to Hilton. We had to restart this conversation for this solution. But really, as long as you have Evention, you can run us for however many years you want back. If you got the state knocking on your door for an audit all the way back to 2018, we've had properties just simply run the reports year after year, or hand it to them and wash their hands clean. And on to the auditing. You can also complete, any like bank vault audits within Evention. The widget you see on the bottom left will kind of already be on the dashboard, ready to go for you to kind of keep you on track at a glance. Your audit requirements be managed by automated workflows, the dashboard to kind of keep you on track and kind of strengthen those SOPs. And again, all these reports can be run for however large of a date range you want. And as you audit the banks, you can have all the denominations and currencies configurable. Each amount is then entered by count quantity or count total, and any excess that can be dropped with deficits, initiating a due back. So again, we give you all the tools to kind of really keep on track. It's all just going into Evention because we're getting all that reports scheduled automatically into us. So really, it's just a few minutes to review and then be done with your day. And diving into a live site, this is actually Embassy Suites of Seattle, downtown Pioneer Square. This is what you come in when you log in. You'll kind of see this bar graph to kind of keep you on track for all the drops, the verified drops and audited. We always say, and then, overshort by department at a glance, uncleared violations going on. If you have any unclosed days, you can see that at a glance. Here are their favorite reports. We can set that up to be whatever you want really during implementation, or even at a later date. You just give support a ring and we can I think you actually even have the ability to hot item these yourself. But really, if you need any of help from us, really just give us a ring. I'd be more than happy to. This is the import page. As you see here, there's a lot of successes, but we will let you know what happened and failed. For this one, I think it looks like it was just a duplicate. They have the control report is a duplicate of the one earlier. So this is just letting you know, hey, that one that kind of came in a little bit later, just a duplicate. We're not going to double up the data. But you see the successfuls here, another duplicate report here. You just kind of come in, make sure everything's on track for the successes. If for whatever reason there is anything going on, you see this kind of like little refresh error, a retry, you can hit that to kind of retry it. And we do give you the tools to upload that yourself if necessary. A lot of safeguards just in case. And then going through a lot of what we covered. Here's all your violations at a glance. That for the few individuals that had it, as you can see, each was a violation in this instance. You got the cash journal itself, what'll ultimately kind of be feeding into OA at the end. And then you got the transactions. You can go date by date, what's verified, what's been audited, what's still open, kind of as you go day by day throughout the month. Any questions kind of taking a peek at the live site? Oh, and even those three kind of duplicates here, it's kind of we'll keep you a track. We'll give you a little notification. Hey, there's some needs review items in your imports. So there's a few different ways we kind of keep you on track. I'm sorry, was there a question, thought?
No, I'm just trying to digest this. I mean, if I have any questions, I can talk to the controller at the Embassy Suites Pioneer Square.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They're just a few blocks away from us.
Yeah, you walk down the screen, that's actually why I chose them. I had my ulterior motive, as you can see.
So this includes both pieces, right? Just the application itself and the machine for the banks, right?
Not the machine. Cash
This is
recycler
just,
is
this is
this is
purely
just the
just the
software.
application. Okay,
Correct.
all
The
right.
we like with this be I want to get you the software set up. We can have another conversation about the recycler at a later point. But that's a seamless integration point after we get the software set up. We got plenty of Hiltons that get started on this with the recycler later, and the recycler is a much larger CapEx purchase that I would not want that to stop us in any progress with getting the software set up for the HAFS governance team. So yes, the standalone software right here, this I mean not only the standalone, but we got 40 Hiltons using us with the cash recycler, but another 60 just additional to make 100 plus just using the software alone.
Okay. So how does you showed about the bank. How does the software handle the bank, the employee bank? I mean,
That's where you come in. You have the bank and vault audits. Your GC will come in and do that themselves. So if you had the cash recycler, you're right. We would automate all their,
yeah. So,
till
okay.
coming in and coming out. But because you won't have the cash recycler at this point in time, this is where the general cashier records all that cash, non-cash items, checks, petty items. The so-called envelopes, if you will, are now in Evention. So instead of you going into the spreadsheet and filling that all out, you come into Evention, and then now that Infogenesis and OnQ's flowing in, we're going to compare all those items that you fill in here to your retail data to pick up the overshorts now.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No.
All righty. So let's say, John, you got me convinced. Stars have aligned. What does implementation look like? So I really say about 2 to 3 weeks, but honestly, with Hilton, it could be even sooner. If we leave this call, all I really need is that John Hancock on your agreement, and you will be at the top of the list for a July implementation. We'll get on a kickoff call once Helen gets back. When does Helen get back, perchance?
She's back in, I think, the few days before the month end. So,
Oh, that's rough. I'd like to have the kickoff call with Helen and everyone included, just because she'll be utilizing the solution. So I would say and that's kind of right before month end, but realistically, we want to have that kickoff call with everybody who would be diving into this, you yourself, Helen. And all we have to do once I get that signature, I already have, I think even, I don't know, heck, I've done this so many times at the implementation, even I can send it to you. But there's just one thing we need to get activated from Infogenesis, as well as OnQ, and just a few, like, more or less things we have to turn on within HAFS that my team knows what to do and reach out to. And we can have your site built out even before your service start date in July. And that kickoff call that I like to have with you and Helen and everybody, I know you said like the 26th. If we have that, maybe give her a day to breathe. The 27th, it's just 30 minutes again, just as long as this meeting right here, to just talk with everybody, pass you on to implementation, and let you know any of the following items we would need to kind of fulfill building your site, and then lead on to the training. That we sit down. It's just a few hours out of a week to just make sure everybody learns the Evention way. And then once everybody has learned, the Evention way, making sure we're comparing to your old numbers that everything's going well, then you'll be in the hands of support. Available to you 7 days a week, not 24/7. I wish I could say that. We're based in Chicago, so you can reach us until 5:30 Central Time. We do got people who monitor the inboxes at night, but it's a little bit slower to get back to you guys. But you can reach us at any point in time throughout the week if you have any issues.
okay, I'll let you know as soon as Helen's back. Um, to be honest, offhand, I think she arrived 1 or 2 days before the month end, but I'll double check that and see when is she available, and I'll
Okay.
just look at a calendar and give you a time slot. So just go back on the cost of it.
Correct.
If my recollection is correct, it's like about $6,000 a year.
6540, I believe, since you do fall into the tier one for the room size and revenue centers. So yes, it would be an annual cost of 6540, and then there's a one-time installation fee of $1,500.
Okay.
And all I need is for your general, because the DocuSign is in your general manager's desk, more or less. I just need your general manager to get that John Hancock in there approved and executed. I'll share with you that fully executed agreement, and then we can set up the kickoff call. But I can't transition you to implementation until we execute the agreement. That's been the limiting factor here.
Yeah, that is fine. I'm just as you know, we have just been transitioned from Hyatt to Hilton, and the budget we did, it was
It's tight.
it was, yeah, it is very, very tight now. We had a very rosy picture presented to the owners, and then the revenue, and you would probably know, it's in a lot of hotels, the revenues is going north, and it's hard to maintain the required margins that we need to have. So I'm just, I'm not 100% sure we want to kick off. Maybe we would push it down the road till our revenues start coming back. But I'll have a chat with the general manager and see what his view is, and then I can get back to you.
Sounds good. Yeah, do keep the HFS team going, because I know
Yeah,
Sudha and the governance team, we get a lot of support cases about your property, about the governance
yeah, I know.
access.
I mean, it's just the
I do
timing is so
understand.
bad.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if there's even if I have to hop on a call with your GM, maybe bring some additional value. I've shared with you kind of the full list of Hiltons. Anything I can do on my end, please let me know.
Yeah, sure. I will talk to him. And I mean, I think he's fine with implementing it. I mean, he moved from the Hilton at this airport. So I think of the two properties, DoubleTree is using Evention, but not the Hilton, I think. So he's
which DoubleTree? Which one?
it's a DoubleTree SeaTac.
Oh, okay. They
I
might have
think
slipped.
DoubleTree is using it, but not the Hilton. They are complex property. It's a Hilton Seattle Airport and Conference Center. DoubleTree by Hilton Seattle
Oh yeah,
Airport.
nope. They're both using us for our cash recon. They're actually They were looking at us for a cash recycler that they don't have, but both properties are utilizing us for the cash recon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was talking to the controller and the DF there.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I think I work with Cami Eaton over here.
Cami
there.
and Eric Kiefer.
I work closely with Cami for quite a while. Eric's a hard one to get his ear, but I'm very close with Cami.
Okay.
So yeah, we got a lot of your friends around the block who are using us. So yeah, whatever I can do, like I said, to provide some more value to kind of fit you guys into that July service start date, please do let me know. But other than that, I'm always available for questions, thoughts, concerns. If you, unless you got anything else for me left as we kind of conclude this call.
Okay, thanks. I will definitely get back to you and Angie down the road.
Alrighty. Well,
okay,
I do need to follow up with you at least next week early, because by then we're going to get very close to July then, and we might have to push you back to August for your service start date. So at the very least, if I don't hear back this week, I will follow up early next.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Thanks.
Awesome. Well, thank you, everybody.
Angie. Thanks, Kim.
I'll share this recording with you guys, and if, like I said, any thoughts, questions come following up, my phone and email is always available.
Yeah, send me the recording. I know Helen has been using that. She moved from Hilton Hawaiian Village, so she was using the Evention there.
Yep. My goodness, we got everybody using us. No, but yeah, I'll send everything over following this call.
Okay, thank you.
You have a good one, Praveen.
Thank
Take
you,
care, everybody.
Thank you, John. Thanks.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.